Good afternoon. It's Monday afternoon, February 26th, 2024. This is a short video. I did some work on my files over the weekend just to make them more efficient, and I want to make sure that you update your files. So I'm going to show you what to do in this video. So I cleaned some things up with the combos and views, and I also added a couple more views or another view that I use, and it's going to be part of my favorites. So what I want you to do is go in to HDSI. Now I'm using the small icons in the warehouse and find choose create view. Click on that, and I want you to delete everything with my name on it. So delete the favorite daily prospecting scans, end of day, and intraday, and then also my warehouse views. Now the reason I have you do this is I want your files to be the same as mine, and if you don't do that, some of the older files, if I changed a name or something, you're going to have a lot more files than I have in mine. So I just like you to delete them, and I want you to do the same thing with the charts. Find the choose create view, and the charts with my name, the 2024 charts, just delete them. And then I'm going to have you download the add-on and install it again. I'll send the link out to you in an email, just in case you don't have it. So I'll go ahead and do that. Let me minimize these, and I'm going to install the add-on, and just click on open, and I'll pause this while it updates. Okay, the import is complete. I'm going to go to my intraday options, go to manual, and update intraday now, and it's going. I've got Thinkorswim running in the background, so it's going to pull these quotes up quickly. Takes less than 30 seconds, I think. Maybe a little more. Okay, they've been processed. Now I'm going to open up my warehouse. I'm going to make it full screen. I'm going to click here. And now what you're going to have the same folders, but everything is now current with mine. But what I've done is I've added one more folder here, continuation up scans. I did it for end of day and intraday, and I'll show that to you in a minute. But these scans work really well. So if you're prospecting during the day or at the end of the day, that's great. Now these weekly options here, I like these because I'm looking for, as I mentioned in a different video, I'm looking for stocks to play with options, primarily debit spreads. I do play some credit spreads too, but this flows into the weekly options, the active options. And I have, as I pointed out earlier, both end of day and intraday, so you can see on the intraday, this is the end of day, and here's what's happening intraday. You can see which ones are following through and which ones are going down. Now, when you're doing these intraday scans, you should sort on the intraday range to see which stocks are holding up the best. And you can see Palo Alto Networks, which sold off 23% on earnings. I believe it's been working its way back, and this has been coming up in several scans today. Let's just go down here to the intraday scans, intraday money flow, and let's do the intraday money flow in with a demand scan sort on raw combo. And you can see that these stocks on top, most of them are at or near their upper range. I'm going to hit spacebar, and you can see that Palo Alto Networks is down here at number 39. It was near the top of the list, but you can also see that it's now trading at around 80% of its intraday range. Look at that volume compared to the 90 days. So heavy volume. But this money flow in scan really shows you what's going on. Now, I suggest you don't necessarily look at all securities, but instead go into the major market components, or if you have user groups, use those. Like if I just want to go into the NASDAQ 100, you can see that it eliminates all stocks except for 7 of them, and these are money flow in stocks because their range is above the 50% mark, and you can also see that Palo Alto Networks is leading these. Now I'm going to lower this. Let's just bring up a couple of charts here. I'm going to go down into that undercut and rally, and I'm going to go to the intraday statistics. I cleaned this chart up a little bit, made these larger over here, the font, and I also added the relative strength to the group, which is green, or the industry is blue, and the green represents the relative strength to the group. And here's PA and W. You can see the group is up here and going up. This is going up too now, but when it fell, it was much weaker than the group. So I cleaned this up. Move this down here a little bit. And I also put in here whether the fans are up or down. Now I also, on the daily end of day chart, I put this warehouse view in here. Gives you the earnings date among other information. Earnings are due. Earnings date is right here, but I like to be able to look at a chart, get a lot of information at once. You can see there's an effort to rise generated on this today. Now another big mover today is Tesla. Must be some news out on it, but you can see that this one here is the group and the relative strength to the group, the green line. So this is handy. I like to know what the group's doing, and then the relative strength to the group also. But the 3 is above the 6 on Tesla, and there's heavy volume on this today. Okay, those are just a couple things, but I suggest that rather than, if you don't want to look at the whole universe, come down here and just go into the component stocks, or you can go into sectors, industries. If a sector is on the move, I'm going to head back into the warehouse, and let's look at the money flow in sectors on demand, and I need to go to all securities here. And then I'll reapply the filter, and this shows me which groups are moving up today. And I call this sector stocks. I got rid of the sector designation because I didn't think we needed it, and I wanted to show the VPA information here and also the trends. But if you really need to see what sectors are involved, just drop in here and you can see the breakdown of the sectors. What these sector stocks are, these are the stocks that are in the S&P 500 sectors. The component stocks of those sectors. But it really just, they're very good to see where the money flow in and out is. Just by clicking on this, you can see these are all flowing out today, and you can see which of the groups are the weakest. And once again, if you want to see the sectors, just click on this. But I don't think that's necessary. I think it's better to have the industry showing. But there's a lot of different ones in here, but they all serve a specific purpose. Going down to the next folder, these most active stocks, the same thing. You can put them on all securities if you want to, and sort on raw combo, and it'll bring the stocks to the top of the list that are most active. A few minutes ago, I posted on the Skype board that SOUN was the most active for the day. NVIDIA took a position in this stock on this gap up day. It didn't do anything for several days. I meant to put it in my watch list over the weekend, but I didn't, and you can see that it took off, and it's, well, I can just look up right here and see that it's up 38.52% for the day. When I posted on the Skype board, it was around $5, and it's gotten up to $5.46 for the high. So you don't have to get in these immediately early in the day. If they're a good strong buy, they'll run for a while. Now, I don't want this video to be too long. I would look through these most actives though. And one thing more on the money flow, I put a couple more in here just if you're in all securities, you can get a quick read on the percentage of stocks that are up, or the stocks that are up 1653 to stocks that are down 1814. So the internals are running a little bit negative today. Now this is what I want to show you that I added, the continuation up scans. These are scans that have been in here for a long time, but the undercut and rally scans are looking for stocks that have pulled back and are potentially breaking out again. Now you can see MARA, crypto related. I'll bring this up. I'll move in on it. You can see it pulled back. It was under accumulation these 3 days here, and today it's broken out after the 3 was below the 6, and the volume is above average. So that's the purpose of this, and I think it's best if you stick to stocks where the fan is up. And like I said, I added the fan in here so you can tell immediately if the fans are up or down. If I go down here and click on the 3 below the 6, if I bring that up, if the fan is neither up nor down, it's going to say no and no. This fan is trying to go up. This 100 has to go through the 200, and then the fan would be back up on this stock. Let me see if I can find one here. I'm looking for one. Now the fan's down on both of these. Here's one right here. Now on this one, it says the fan is up, fan uptrend, no, fan downtrend, yes. So it's in a downtrend. That information's over here in this column. But if you're looking for stocks that are pulling back and then setting up, use these right here with the fan up. And once again, you can sort on intraday if you want to. Let's do one more. Brookdale Senior Living. You can see that it's still under accumulation. It's not crossing over today, but it's under accumulation right here. This is a bullish candle. I think it's an inverted hammer. That's why this turned up green. So just remember, if you're looking for stronger stocks with the fan up, now the fan's up here, but it's really compressed. So that's not a real strong fan. What you're looking for are fans that are spread well apart. Now this is a nice setup here, Molecular Therapeutics. It's crossing over today after an accumulation day yesterday. Look at these, all this green in here. This is just an okay day in the market, but there are always opportunities. I'll make this full screen. And look at all the green here. There's a lot to choose from on the undercut and rally. And like I said, you can sort on the combos to find the ones that are trading at the 100 or near 100% of their daily range. And if you want to find stocks that are trading, this is the one I want. Heavy volume. Look across here. That's Palo Alto. See what the range is and how far it's come off the low and what the volume is. Just lots of activity. You can look at these in many different ways. I'm going to bring this up again. Okay, accumulation yesterday and then an effort to rise and accumulation again. It's a long way from the 3 crossing the 6, but what's nice about these scans is you can see them that when they're under accumulation before they cross over. Now let me go to the final scan I added, and I'm not going to be adding any more for quite a while if I ever do, because these work. Continuation. To be a continuation stock, the VPOC 1010 has to be positive, the 3 has to be above the 6, and there has to be a volume pocket pivot. So if you look down here, sort on raw combo, here's a stock that came up Friday. This is Monday. Volume was very high. The spread was wide. The close was high. It crossed over on Friday. RS is 91 and 97. It's up another 10% today, up 13.1% from the beginning of the week trading. Okay, this is the end of day. I'm sorry. But you can see, you can look at it on end of day. And let's go into the intraday. And here we go right here. These are the ones that are up the most today. Lemonade Inc., $19.90 stock. Let's see if it meets the characteristics. Okay, I'm going to bring the arrows down here. Okay, the VPOC is positive. The 3 is above the 6. That happened back here on the green bars. Volume pocket pivots 3 days in a row. So this is a continuation stock. Oh, I need to get out of here. Let's bring up a weekly chart. Put this in perspective. Okay, go into my charts here. I'm going to go into the daily white. Go to number 3. And then you can see what this stock has done previously. And it's in an uptrend on the weekly chart now. And it is on a uptrend in the daily chart too. Look at this right up here. See what the group's doing. That's blue. And see it's outperforming its group. Zoom out on this a little bit. I guess you could call this a cup and a little handle here. And now it's got resistance right over here though. Now Robinhood. Let's take a look at Robinhood. Well, Robinhood came out of the doldrums and shot way up. It's on the move again. Look at it up here. The group's moving up. It's outperforming the group. Let's look at the characteristics again. Go down here to the arrow. VPOC up, clear back here. 3 cross the 6 back here. And that's right here after the 3 cross the 6. Look at all these bullish volume pocket pivots. This one's rose because it corresponds to the black candle. The close is lower than the open. And then yesterday and again today, continuation. So these factors, if those factors are in place, or if you see one without the blue bar, but it has an effort to rise candle, it's also going to show up as a continuation stock. Now I'm only doing these to the upside right now. It would be easy enough for me to do it to the downside too, but I don't think that many people that use the software short. Now look at this one right here. Once again, I'll move in on it. Hippo Holdings. On the weekly chart, it's got 3 higher highs, so the trend is up here. The group's moving up. It's outperforming the group. And once again, 3 across the 6 where these green bars are. 2-day window. Pocket pivot. Volume pocket pivot. Volume pocket pivot. 3 across the 6 back here. VPOC is positive clear back here. So that's my continuation scan, both for end of day and intraday. Now just for fun, I'm going to go back to the end of day, and I'll remove this combo ranking or disengage it, and then just drop down to the intraday. It keeps these stocks in order, and then you can see, compare where they were at the close with what they're doing today. And that Collegium Pharma, you can see it's only up 0.9, and it's trading at 40.36% of its daily range on heavy volume. So there was profit taking, or a doji is forming. How about this one? Universal Insurance. It was near the top, got ahead of itself, gapped open, and traders took their profits. You can tell an awful lot just by looking at these 3 columns right here. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you. If you work with these, and these are what I'll be working with for quite some time in the future, there's no need to look at a whole bunch of other scans. These will serve you well if you're sitting here intraday and trading off of them. Just look at all the information across here, and you can look at the VPA signals and the trends and so on, and get a really good feel for what these stocks are doing. You know what? I left the sectors column in here on these scans. I'm going to go back in to those sector scans and go ahead and put the sector back in. So just disregard what I said earlier in the video. That's it. If you have any questions, let me know. But there's lots of opportunities to work with these stocks every day, intraday. And with the undercut and rally, and then with the addition of the continuation indicator, with the continuation indicator, you're more than likely going to find a lot of high relative strength stocks. Once again, thank you for listening.